Our story begins with a couple, Sage and Diego. Diego is about to leave his community college teaching job behind to pursue his dream of becoming a full-time novelist. Sage tells him she's completely supportive of his decision. Right now, the two of them are spending the weekend at a villa by the lake. The place was absolutely beautiful, expensive too. But Diego wants to make this weekend special. He's been planning to propose to Sage during this trip. Diego takes off his clothes and stands in front of Sage. Sage starts playfully talking to little Diego. The two of them are just starting to enjoy some time together when suddenly another couple arrives at the villa. These people had also booked the same villa for the weekend. Both couples message the host. Will and Diego are about to play rock, paper, scissors to decide who gets to stay, but Sin stops them. She suggests to Will that sure, they could get a refund, but they won't find such a beautiful hotel nearby on such short notice. She proposes they share the villa with Diego and Sage. They explain this to Diego and Sage, saying they know it's incredibly awkward, but if at any point they feel uncomfortable or weird, then you guys can do your rock, paper thing and decide. Diego and Sage agree to this arrangement. They all head down to the lake for a swim. Will tells them that back in the 1950s, when a wealthy family bought all this land, they discovered dozens of human skeletons along the shore of this lake. One theory is that a serial killer used to dispose of his victims' bodies in the lake. There are still some cars down there at the bottom, so Will and Diego start talking alone. Will says that Sage is really cute, but Sin? Every guy wants to sleep with her. Meanwhile, Sin and Sage are having their own conversation. Sin learns that until Diego becomes an earning novelist, Sage will be covering their finances. Sin says he must be a great writer, but Sage has her doubts about that. Later, when Diego's taking the ring out of the car, Will spots him. Diego tries to hide it, but Will says he already saw the ring. "Are you going to propose to Sage?" Diego admits. "Yeah, I was planning to do it here by the lake." Will apologizes and says, "Just give me a heads up and I'll make sure we get out of your way." Diego is planning to propose the day after tomorrow. The ring belonged to his grandmother. It's a family heirloom. On the other side, Sin tells Sage that she and Will have been officially together for 8 years, but they've known each other since childhood. Their parents were very close. They were pretty shocked when they found out about us. That night, when everyone is sitting together, Sin mentions that she knows a very famous author. This happens to be Diego's favorite author. Sin says, "I should get him to read some of your work." A little while later, Diego catches Sage touching herself in the bathroom. He asks, "Should I join you there?" But Sage turns him down. The next day, Sin walks up to Diego wearing nothing but a towel. She says she forgot her glasses somewhere and can't see anything without them. "Can you help me find them?" Diego starts looking for them, but can't find them anywhere. "So," Sin says, "how about this? Just grab me some clothes." Diego starts pulling out her undergarments and clothes for her. Sin goes behind to put her clothes on. Diego can see her in the mirror. He gets out of there quickly. Sin then goes and tells Sage everything, saying, "I just need to make sure that we're cool. It's just that Diego saw me in just a towel. I couldn't find my glasses and he helped me out. Nothing happened between us and I won't let anything happen." Just then, Diego walks in from behind. Sage tells him that these people have a weird vibe and she wanted to spend the weekend alone with him. Now Diego has to stay with them because they're showing his writing to a famous author. That night, Will and Sin suggest playing some games. Diego wasn't into games, but the other three managed to convince him. Will says, "Why don't we break into the locked doors of this villa?" Will know how to pick locks. He'd learned all of this from YouTube. The first room looked just like the red room from 50 Shades of Grey. The second room had an Ouija board. It had a total horror vibe to it. There were news articles in here about Robert and Marilyn, a husband and wife who used to live in this villa. The articles detailed how their entire family disappeared from here 15 years ago. Sage and Sin start getting scared hearing all this. Diego refuses to open the third room. "Let's just keep these rooms locked." Later, back in their bedroom, Sage and Diego can hear Sin and Will's sounds. Diego brings up that he saw her in the bathroom this morning, and when he asked to join her, she turned him down. Sage avoids the topic, saying we should go to bed. Something is definitely off between them. The next morning, Sage sees Will completely naked, but Will doesn't seem bothered by it at all. In fact, he suggests that Sage should try being exposed in nature like this too. Everyone has breakfast together, and that's when Will suddenly gets up and proposes to Sin. The ring he uses is actually Diego's grandmother's ring, which we'll claim as his grandmother's. Diego is stunned watching all this. He can't believe his eyes. He gets up and says, "Will, can I talk to you?" Diego is furious. The two of them step aside. Diego demands to know what this is. "You stole my grandmother's ring and used it to propose to your girlfriend?" Will apologized to him. He says he had to do this. "My relationship is not as perfect as it seems." Will admits, "I'm scared of losing her." He explains that Sin has been cheating on him, and when he saw Diego's ring, he saw his solution. Will begs Diego, "I know I messed up badly, but please don't make me tell her right now." He says, "You don't know about this because you never got through with it." Diego then tells Will that early in his relationship with Sage, she cheated on him too. She slept with her ex, and when she told him, it destroyed him. But over time, we got past it. Will promises Diego that he'll get the ring back before the weekend ends. He also says, "I'll make sure that Sin gets that famous author to read your writing." So Will doesn't tell anyone anything. He goes back inside and changes the subject. But deep down, Diego's really affected by all this. Meanwhile, Sage and Will head out to get food supplies. Will starts saying that Sin told him something happened between her and Diego. He explains that Diego told Sin that Sage had an affair early on in their relationship and she owes him one. Meaning if Sin is interested in doing something with Diego, she can. Back at the villa, Sin gets dressed up and comes in front of Diego. Diego's busy working on his writing. Sin tells him, "When I said in front of Sage that you must be a great writer," Sage didn't say anything. "She wishes to believe you, but right now she doesn't." Sin starts touching Diego. Sin says you need someone who believes in you and sees you like the extraordinary human that you are. But Diego backs away. Meanwhile, Will asks Sage, "Who were you thinking about in the bathroom?" Will says that Diego told him he caught you in the bathroom, and I think he's worried that he's not satisfying you. And he knows that you were thinking about someone else. Sage responds, "Regardless of that, you just got engaged. Why are you coming on to me?" At the same time, Sin takes off her clothes and will pull the car over to the side. He also starts tangling Sage up in his words, saying, "I could be there for you." Both of them were doing the exact same thing with Diego and Sage. And this is when it's revealed to us that this villa actually belongs to Sin and Will. The two of them had left before Sage and Diego even arrived. Now Sage and Will are coming back from outside. Diego asks, "What took you so long?" Sage goes to lie down alone and starts crying. Sin comes and asks what happened. Sage asks, "Did Diego come on to you?" Sin says you don't want to know. Will asks Diego the same thing, but Diego asks about his ring. Will says, "I'm working on it." Meanwhile, Sin gives Sage some drug pills, telling her to sleep and forget everything. Just enjoy. Under the influence, Sage tells Sin that when we sleep together, I fake it. Outside, Diego sees Sage and realizes she's high. Both Sin and Sage go swimming naked. Sage's foot touches one of the cars submerged in the lake. She asks Sin, "What happened between you and Diego?" But Sin doesn't answer. Inside, Will won't let Diego go check on them, saying give Sage some space for right now. But Diego goes outside anyway, and he doesn't see Sage anywhere. He only sees Sin, who says she's somewhere out there. Sage puts on Sin's glasses and looks through them from the other side. When Diego comes back, Sage asks him, "Is there something you need to tell me?" Just then the lights go out. Will and Sin come up from behind. Diego says I'm going to check the breaker box, but will stop him and goes himself. Diego also sends Sin outside, saying we need to change clothes. But Sin and Will are standing outside listening to their conversation. The two of them are arguing inside. Sage is asking Diego about him and Sin. Outside, Sin and Will are enjoying their fight. Diego comes out and says that Sage ran out. Please go look for her. Will and Sin go to find her, but Sage was right there. She says something messed up is going on. Wearing Sin's glasses, she realized that these are not a real prescription. Sage hadn't taken those pills either. She asked Diego directly, "Did you try to sleep with Sin because you think that you owe me one?" Diego says no, they're lying. "Actually, she tried to come on to me." Sage asks, "Did you tell Will about my bathroom thing?" Diego says no, absolutely not, which meant they were definitely recording them with secret cameras. Sage and Diego go and open that third room. All their secrets were in here. There's a picture of Sage and Diego. Pictures of other couples too. Diego sees their camera surveillance system in front of him. They realize this house belongs to those two. Their cameras had videos of many other couples recorded. Sage and Diego understand that they're trying to make us not trust each other. Diego quickly destroys the computer's hard drive. Just then, Will and Sin arrive, saying everything is recorded on the cloud. Will says this is a game. It's like an opportunity to prove your love to each other. Diego asks, how many times have you guys done this before? Will and Sin say, 6 times before you. Diego says, give us our keys back. We're getting out of here. Will says, if I give you your keys, there are things about us, and there are things about you that you'll never get to know. But Sage and Diego just want to leave. They take the keys and get out of there. Their car only had 6 miles of battery left, but they have to get out of here. Just then, Will shows up and says, I slept with her in the back of my car, Diego. Sage says he tried, but nothing happened. But Will is planting doubt in Diego's mind with his words, saying I have video evidence. Diego asks Sage, why didn't you tell me about this? Sage says, I didn't do this. But Diego can't bring himself to believe her because Sage has cheated before. But Sage assures him. Diego drives away from there, but then Sin crashes into their car. They carry them back inside. When Diego and Sage regain consciousness, they ask, why us? Will says it's nothing personal. It's just, if you resist us and prove your love to each other, you live or you wind up at the bottom of the lake. No couple had ever won their game before. Will says, but we didn't break up, we won the game. Sin responds, all you did was lie to each other since you got here. Right then, Sin shows them pictures of her and Will. The two of them are the children of the couple who disappeared from this villa, their brother and sister. Since childhood, they had a special bond. They spent all their time together. But as they grew older, that bond evolved. When they were teenagers, their mom caught them in bed together. Their father beat them severely. So to stay together, Will and Sin killed their own parents. Sage and Diego plead, please let us go. We won't tell anyone about this. But Will and Sin step aside to be romantic. From behind, Diego says he saw a way to get out of duct tape with your hands on TikTok. Will and Sin are watching them through the cameras. Sage tells Diego, I have been faking it. When you quit your job, all of the financial responsibility fell on me, and we weren't equals anymore. Sin tells Will to get the chloroform. Sage and Diego start running to escape. Sage runs to grab a knife. Sin goes after her. The two of them get into a struggle. Both try to stop each other from reaching the knife. Sin grabs the knife and attacks Sage, but Sage is somehow defending herself. She smashes a glass on Sin's head. Will hears Sin scream and comes running. The glass has gone into Sin's face. Sin tells Will to kill Sage. Sage runs outside and grabs an axe. Sin picks up the knife and starts looking for Diego. On the other side, Will appears in front of Sage. Now Sage has the axe, but Will knows she doesn't have the guts to hit him with it. He says, either kill me or I'll kill your boyfriend. If you love him, then kill me. Sage gathers her courage and attacks with the axe, but Will catches it. Sage kicks him and runs away. Will throws the axe at her. He goes and picks up a chainsaw. Meanwhile, Sin finds Diego. The accident has injured Diego's leg. He can barely walk, and Sin stabs him in the leg with the knife. Diego kicks her in the face and escapes. When Sin comes after him again, Diego hides and attacks her from below. He starts looking for Sage, but Will appears in front of him. He turns on his chainsaw and moves forward to kill Diego with it. But Sage comes from behind and buries the axe in Will's head. His own running chainsaw cuts into him. Sage picks Diego up. The two of them decide to escape by boat. As they're leaving, Diego says, I'm not quitting my job. I am a good teacher, but it's a so writer. But when they reach the boat, Sin wasn't there. She jumped onto the boat behind them. Sin tries to attack Diego with the knife. Diego swings his axe at her. Sin falls into the water. Diego and Sage think they've escaped, but Sin comes back up. So Diego hits her with the axe again. She falls back down. Diego tells Sage, reverse. Sin gets completely crushed under their boat. Diego finds his ring on her severed finger. he puts the ring on Sage. And with that, friends, this story comes to an end right here. Let us know in the comments how you like this explanation. And don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel.